Hey, what's up guys, it's Hooded Maniac 360, and today I'm going to be ranking every film I've seen in 2019. So that's Captain Marvel, Medea's Family Funeral, Avengers Endgame, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Spider-Man Far From Home, Lion King Live Action Remake, It Chapter 2, Joker, and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. So those are 9 films, and yes, I know I didn't review Captain Marvel, Madea, and It. The reason I didn't review Captain Marvel and Madea was because it was before I started reviewing movies. And with It Chapter 2, I actually didn't see it in theaters. I rented it from the library when it came out on DVD. So anyway, let's rank these films. Starting with number 9, I have Captain Marvel. This was just so horrible. I never thought the day would come where I actually hate an MCU movie. Even the ones I don't really care about, like The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor the Dark World, and Black Panther. I could still enjoy those movies to some extent, but this, I just can't enjoy this. Captain Marvel is one of the most unlikable characters in the MCU. The way Nick Fury lost his eye was just the dumbest thing ever put to film. It's fucking worse than the way Luke was handled in Star Wars The Last Jedi. And the worst part, Brie Larson. What the hell was Marvel thinking hiring her? She is a terrible actress and a terrible person. Even the other cast members don't like her. Overall, this is just a poor excuse to add social justice to Marvel. They're fucking turning Marvel into Star Wars. Holy shit. I rate this film a big, fat 0. That's the first time I've ever given a movie a 0 out of 10 on this channel. But probably not the last. Coming in at number 8, I have The Lion King. So when I first saw this film, I didn't think it was that bad, but definitely not good. But as the year went by, my thoughts on this movie have changed for the worse. First of all, the CGI on the lions look awful. It looks like the CGI on friggin' Boss Nass from Star Wars The Phantom Menace. The voice acting, besides James Earl Jones as Mufasa and the child actress as Kid Simba, Kid Nala, aside from those two, those were pretty good, but the rest of them, they were terrible. Especially in the Can You Feel the Love Tonight song, which I can't show you due to copyright reasons, but holy fucking shit is it terrible. Overall, this film is a cash grab, and it's proof that Disney is running out of ideas besides Marvel and Star Wars. I rate this film a 3 out of 10. Disney, about the live action sequels, it's time to stop. Coming in at number 7, I have Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Like I said twice now, well, this is the third time now, The Rise of Skywalker was a pretty good movie, but there are a lot of things preventing it from being higher. Like, for example, the Emperor coming back without any explanation, the final battle between Rey and the Emperor, and Rey and Ben Solo kissing. But there are also a lot of good things about this one, like, for example, Rey being a Palpatine, and the middle fight between Rey and Kylo Ren. And it was pretty cool to see Rey, Finn, and Poe all together for once. And it was pretty cool knowing that Finn could be Force sensitive now. So despite being one of the weaker movies on this list, it was a pretty good film. Overall, I rate this film a 7.3 out of 10. Coming in at number 6, I have It Chapter 2. Now, I'm a huge fan of It Chapter 1. Every kid was interesting, funny, and relatable. It was a lot scarier than the original movie from 1990, and Bill Skarsgård did an amazing job as Pennywise. Now with the sequel, it was a really good and interesting film, but wasn't as good as Chapter 1. The good stuff about this film was that Pennywise was a lot scarier than he was in the first one. The actors who played the adults did a far better job than the adults in the original, and the final battle was better than the one in the original. Basically, everything in this film was better than the original. My only problem is that it's too long and it has pacing issues. Overall, it was pretty good and a lot better than the original, but not as good as Chapter 1 in this series. I rate this film a 7.5 out of 10. Coming in at number 5, I have Medea's Family Funeral. Yes, I like the Madea movies. Don't make fun of me. I know they're not masterpieces like Star Wars or Marvel, but they're just something you can laugh at. And this one is no different, but the jokes are even crazier this time. It's so funny seeing Madea and Joe and their other brother with that freaking voice. It was just great. I know some people don't like these movies, but if you but it's just one of those movies where if you had a bad day or if you're feeling down and want to watch a funny movie, then you should watch these movies, and I highly recommend this one. I rate this one a 7.8 out of 10. Coming in at number 4, I have Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, a lot of people love this film and a lot of other people hate it. I personally enjoyed it. I would even say it's better than Homecoming, because Homecoming, despite being a great movie, it is a little childish, and the lesson about the suit was just absolutely retarded. With Far From Home, however, it feels like a much more mature film, because now that Iron Man is gone, we can see Peter evolve from a boy into a man. I thought his relationship with MJ was a lot better than his relationship with Liz in Homecoming. The humor was definitely just as funny as it was in Homecoming, and Mysterio was a pretty good villain, but not as good as the Vulture. Overall, Spider-Man Far From Home is much better than Homecoming for these reasons, and I'm going to give this one an 8.7 out of 10. Now, these next 3 films that you're about to see, I had a freaking hard time trying to rank these. I wish all 3 of them could be number 1, but I know I only had to choose one. Now, if your favorite is number 3, which probably will be, then please don't get mad. I wish all of them could have been number 1. I did not want to rank these 3. They're all just masterpieces in my opinion. So just please don't hate me in the comments, or just, yeah. Just don't do anything mean. Thank you. Now, at number 3, I have the Joker. I already see the hate comments for putting Joker at number 3 and not number 1. Joker was a masterpiece. You really do feel sorry for Arthur Fleck as the movie is going. He's slowly going mad, and we know by the end of the film he will become the Joker. But it's done in a way where we're rooting for him and we want him to win. And I'm so glad that they announced the sequel. I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10. Coming in at number 2, I have Godzilla King of the Monsters. This movie was so refreshing after the disappointment that is Godzilla 2014. It had way more kaiju fights. The human characters weren't as obnoxious as the humans in the crappy 2014 movie. King Ghidorah was the scariest he's ever been, and Godzilla and Mothra teaming up was the best part. This is probably my favorite Godzilla movie, and I can't wait for Godzilla vs. Kong, which I definitely will be reviewing when it comes out, but that's not going to be for a while because it was delayed to November. I rate this one a 9.7 out of 10. And finally, at number 1, I have Cats. Just kidding, I would never watch that broken condom of a movie. I actually have Avengers Endgame. This film is one of the best superhero movies ever made. After Thanos destroyed half of all life in the universe, the Avengers are now in a depressed stage where some are accepting that they lost, while others aren't and want to fix this. The last one, Avengers Infinity War, was about the villain, but however, this one was about the heroes. And the fight at the end of the film where all the heroes appeared behind Captain America is my favorite scene in all of the MCU. This film, for many reasons, and those reasons, gets a 10 out of 10. Alright, you guys, that is it for 2019. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what movie you want me to review next. Also, sorry for this one being so late. I was busy with other stuff. And also, I'll explain in a future video what my plans for 2020 are. I hope you have a great year, and I'll see you next time.